Hello and welcome to this video. If you're watching this, it's almost certain that you're booked in with either one of my team over the next few days to discuss your current situation, where you want to get to, and ultimately whether you're going to be a good fit for the Shift Worker Shred. So let's crack on with this video, which is going to tell you all you need to know before the call, how to prepare, things you need to think about, and ultimately how the Shift Worker Shred could potentially change your life. Now, if you're watching this, it's almost certainly likely that you've got some kind of issue with your health and fitness. That's likely to be exercise related, weight related, poor energy levels, or a poor diet. Ultimately, trying to fit in all of these improvements around being a shift worker, which obviously, as you know, makes things harder. Now, it's likely that you have tried some of these three things by yourself. So, waiting until you're less busy is such a delusional thought. I've been trapped in that for years. When I'm a bit busier, when I'm less busy, sorry, I'll crack on with my health and fitness. As a shift worker, that never happens. You just got to learn to adapt your lifestyle to health and fitness. If you don't, unfortunately, things aren't going to go well. You most likely tried quick fix diets. Now, everybody knows someone that lost 10 kilos in 5 weeks doing some horrifically restrictive diet. But what they don't tell you is that person then gained 12 kilos over the next 5 weeks, bouncing back, going from feeling like they're in starvation mode to actually feeling like a human again and regaining all the weight. So we only work on long-term sustainable solutions. And the third option is doing it yourself. So it's likely that you've tried cutting your calories, going to the gym a little bit, but not really seeing the results that you want because you probably weren't following a structured plan and you possibly weren't being very accountable to yourself. So let's look at where we can get you to. So we think if you need to have success with your health and fitness, you need to have these 5 things. You need a plan that's going to show you essentially a map of where you need to get to and how to get there. You need to have training. So whether that's in the gym, whether that's at home, whether that's out running or on the bike, you need to be doing some kind of movement to help make your body healthier, to make your metabolism faster, improve your cognitive functioning and your sleep. Really important part of this process. Number 3 is support. So we've got a team of specialists inside the Shift Worker Shred who are going to be able to help you, be on hand to give you guidance, give you knowledge, and give you some accountability. Number 4 is community. So the Shift Worker Shred is a thriving community of like-minded people like yourself, all trying to improve themselves, whether that's get fitter, get stronger, get healthier, improve knowledge around shift work. Everyone's doing the same thing. So we have group chats available where you'll be able to get involved and get stuck in. And then finally, self-accountability. So initially, we're going to need to help provide that accountability for you. By the end of the program is for you to have that accountability by yourself. And if you can nail all 5 of these things, then you can have fitness, you can have health, and you can also have happiness. Next up is where you need to get to. So you need a plan. You need to know, understand the certain phases of from where you are now to where you want to get to, your goal, and what's involved to get there. Because without that, it's like setting off on a journey to a destination you've never been to before, not knowing the roads and just trying to find it by yourself. It's very difficult to do. You might get lucky and you might get it right. It's almost certainly that you're going to get it wrong and it's not going to get you to where you need to get to. So the way we deliver our plan is in 3 ways. So we give you a training plan that's structured over every 4 weeks. It will change, keep it fun, keep it fresh, keep you motivated. The nutrition, again, we'll give you a plan. We're going to give you some targets you need to be hitting. We're going to give you lots of food choices. We're going to give you lots of ideas for foods that you can be eating as well. So there's always going to be options available to you with your nutrition. And then finally, a plan for habits. So we want everybody in the program to become really good at unwinding their bad habits and implementing good habits. So these are a game changer for making sure that you can sustain this fitness journey by yourself. If you're trying to get fitter and stronger or healthier without having good habits, it's like trying to build a house on a bed of sand. It just doesn't work. It's going to fall down. You want to have those rock solid foundations from your habits to allow you to build everything else from there. So how is the training going to look? So we have an app which we deliver our training through. We're going to show you, it's basically going to be a sat nav for the gym in your hand. You're going to rock up, open it up, and you've got everything you need on that app to guide you through every single step of the way through your workout, help you understand how to do it, how to warm up, how to cool down. You record everything on there so we can see that you're doing, and you get a video of every lift so you can see exactly what you need to be doing. Everybody in the program gets a completely bespoke plan based on how many times a week you can train, how long you can train for, your current level of knowledge and activity, and also ultimately what your end goal is. And like I said before, we provide a new program every 4 weeks to keep it fresh and keep it motivated, because if you're slogging the same program week after week, which you probably tried, it gets boring, it demotivates you and makes it harder to stay on track with your progress. Next up, support. So everybody in the program will be working with at least 2 coaches, either myself or my head coach Mark or Dr. Ellie, all team specialists, all shift work experience, all different backgrounds, lots of specialties. Mark's really good at injury rehabilitation. Ellie's really good at the empathy side and counselling and mental health and powerlifting as well. So you've got a really strong team of experts. Like I said before, the community, everybody in the program is a shift worker. We don't have people in here who aren't shift workers because they don't fit with our ethos. We have a group, one for the men, one for the women, which is available to you guys whenever you need it. So if you want to rock on a night shift and ask some questions, there'll probably be other people inside the program who are awake who'll probably get back to you. So it's nice to have that 24/7 level of support. We also quite regularly set challenges within the group, whether that's a step challenge or whether it's a water challenge. We always like to have people on little side quests to keep them interested and just a bit of extra motivation and a bit of competition between all of the shift workers. Next up. So you need the accountability. So we're going to do that. We're going to provide that for you big time. We're going to give you daily check-ins that you need to do with your habits, whether it's step count, water intake, sleep hygiene, sleep duration, meal prepping, leaving your phone outside of the bedroom, having a morning routine, an evening routine, all these little things individually, not going to make a huge difference. But when you get them all every single day, it just lifts your mind, lifts your mindset, should I say. It just makes everything a little bit easier because you've got a stronger baseline for what you can actually do each day. We've also got the group chat, which again is really good for accountability. And also we want to make you become self-accountable, because if we can't make you become self-accountable, we're not doing our jobs properly. Why do you want to work with us? So we are, like I said, a team of specialists. We only work with shift workers. We've worked with 175 shift workers now in the last 12 months. So you know that you're going to be working with a team who understand, been shift workers themselves, and you know what it's like to work with shift workers and get the best possible results, as you'll see over the next few pages. Over 85% of our clients stay on after initial term. That's because we help provide a lot of value. We want you to make the best of this program, and we want to give you the best time possible, get you that result, and also help you maintain it and help you stay on track for the rest of your shift work career. So next up, we've got the team. So firstly, you've got myself, founder of the company, started it in January 2024. You've probably seen my transformation on the page if you're watching this video. Fanatical about health, fitness, strength, particularly. I train like a hybrid athlete. That means I train cardio, I train strength, I train hypertrophy, all of it. I'm really into the whole package. Also, a massive petrol head. Anything around cars, I'm sold. Processed foods, because that was one of the reasons why I was so overweight. Then we got Dr. Ellie, incredible coach, super empath, really knowledgeable. She's a Cambridge educated doctor, like dear, yeah, absolutely massive to get her on the page and inside the program. And then finally, our head coach Mark, again, absolute genius when it comes to human physiology. He's been coaching for 19 years. He's coached people, played for rugby players. He's coached other kind of athletes. He competed in events when he was younger until he got a bad knee injury, and that sparked his interest in injury rehabilitation. So if you have got any injuries or knocks or niggles, Mark is absolutely the guy to help you stay on track, avoid getting injured again, help prevent any injuries getting worse, and hopefully improve the situation in terms of getting you stronger in that area where the injury occurred in the first place. Now we're going to look at some of the results that we've had inside the program. So first up, we've got Stephen. Kilos dropped in 3 months, quite frankly crazy. He came into this program and he hit the ground running hard and just absolutely ran with it. I can't believe how fast the progress he went from doing no exercise, working shift work in a factory, to getting an absolute buzz out of exercising, buzz out of going for walks, buzz out of taking his kids out to play football at the weekend. He just turned his life around in the space of 12 weeks. Absolute crazy guy. But yeah, he's still making that progress now, which is absolutely incredible to see. Next up, we got Francis, police officer. Came to me, was very unhappy with how she looked. She'd been putting weight on over the years, didn't really understand why. It kind of coincided with the day that she started being a police officer. So in 12 weeks, we got 6 kilos off her, felt so much better, felt like she had her life back, and also gained an absolute ton of strength in the time that we worked together. So yeah, she's really, really well. Next up, we've got Lewis. Now, if you just looked at these pictures side by side, you'd be like, okay, a little bit better. The picture on the right is actually 13 kilos heavier than the picture on the left, and he's considerably leaner. So he came to me because he couldn't gain any strength and he wasn't really going anywhere with his body composition. So we got him on the right path with the right macros, on the right training plan, gained a ton of muscle, a ton of strength, and got leaner at the same time. He's now he's on a specialist team that he wanted to get to at work, got the confidence to do it and perform every single day. Really good to see. Dory, again, another incredible success story. Came to me being increasing in weight over quite a few years. She's a nurse, works in hospitals, only works night shifts, got a young child as well, but struggling with the whole managing being a mum, being a shift worker, and trying to have a fitness program. She finally said enough is enough. She reached out to me and we helped her to massively increase her knowledge around training, around shift work, around nutrition. And she dropped 17 kilos and looks absolutely incredible, almost like a different person. Yeah, she went from not being able to do a single press up to being able to do pull ups, which is a massive improvement in strength. Next up, we got Gareth. So Gareth works for the police up in North Wales. Struggled for a long time with his weight, as you can see. He wasn't in a good way, not feeling great emotionally, mentally. His work was suffering. We got him on the right path. We got him 25 kilos off in weeks. Now, that's a very fast rate of fat loss, but when you're a bigger person like that, you can go a little bit quicker because you've got more weight to lose. Again, when he left the program, he was absolutely buzzing. He couldn't believe how far he'd come. And we taught him all the skills that he needed to become disciplined, to become self accountable. Those 32 weeks, he was on the ball every single week. He ground every aspect of the program into his daily routine to the point where we're like, Gareth, we don't need to do this anymore. You're good to go by yourself. We don't want to work with you when you don't need us. And he was like more than happy to think, yeah, I've got it for myself. I still speak to him today. He's still cracking on. He's lost another 25 kilos. He's doing absolutely amazingly well. And finally, we got Karen, police inspector, mother of two, plays rugby. She was training a lot. She was training 5 times a week. Nutrition wasn't very good. She wasn't looking after herself in terms of rest. So we've managed to get her into a much better place with nutrition and being able to find balance. She trains a little bit less than she used to, but the results she's getting are far better because she's got that balance between resting, training, eating the right foods, being a mother, and trying to be a police inspector as well, which, as you can imagine, as a shift worker, is quite a lot to handle. But yeah, as you can see by that, she's really transformed the body, become a lot leaner, become a lot stronger as well, and she's really improved her performance on the rugby pitch. Now, if you got this far, awesome. What do you need to do to prepare for the call that's coming up? Ask yourself these 3 questions. Are you completely committed to this? Is this absolutely the thing you need to be doing right now? Because if it's not, we're probably going to be wasting our time on the call. We're looking for people who are committed, who've had enough of feeling shit, of not feeling and looking how they want, and are ready to make long-term sustainable change. If you're not completely committed to this right now, and there's other things that you're higher priority, we're probably not going to be a good fit. Because we need to be able to put you into a position where you can go balls to the wall on this. We want you to go hit the ground running and absolutely make the best of it. If you've got other distractions in the way, the results aren't going to be great. We want you to absolutely smash this. If it's going to future thing, great. Just reach out to us, let us know. We can postpone the call and do it another time. Finally, you've seen what we do, how we operate. You've probably got an idea of thinking now, this is what I need, or it's not for me. Ask the question, does what I've just described to you sound like the kind of thing you need to get you to get to? If the answer is yes, awesome, let's carry on. If it's not, reach out to us again, we'll cancel the call. And finally, you need to ask yourself this question is, what if I don't do this, if I don't join the shift worker shred, what is going to happen in my life? Because you watch this video so far because you've got an issue. How is the problem going to get worse? It's not going to improve by itself. You need to take action. Do you know what you need to do? Do you know what's going to entail? Do you know the stages of the plan that you need to have to get you to where you need to get to? Is your health going to continue to deteriorate? Is your confidence at work, in your relationship, with your friends, even leaving the house? Is that going to struggle as a result of how you look and feel about yourself at the moment? I've been there. I know what it's like. Are your family and relationships, career, are there any of those struggling or suffering at the moment? If the answer is yes, it's probably time to make a change, okay? Next up, investment. So this is something that everyone wants to know before the call, and that is totally normal. But like shift work, the way our program operates is very flexible. Depending on the person, knowledge, accountability, what your results, so what kind of results you're looking for, it varies, are flexible. So it's like working into a restaurant and asking the manager, how much is it, or what is it? We've got a whole options here. You need to pick what you want, and then we can come to an agreement on what we're going to provide for you. So it's like, how long's a piece of string? We can't give you an answer on what that is until we've discussed your situation and we've discussed where you want to get to, how long it's going to take, what kind of support you're going to need. There's a whole range of options where we don't talk about a price before we do the call. Hopefully you can understand that. Now, I'm really proud of this feature. So we know our program works. You've seen a lot of our testimonials there. You've seen the results that people are getting. So we will guarantee, if you join our program, we will get you to your goal that we set out at the start of the program. By the end, as long as you track your food, which we'll get you to do, and as long as we track your training, which we'll get you to do, and do your weekly check-in, which we'll remind you to do 3 times each week. If you're happy to do that and you don't get to your end goal by the end of our program, we will work with you for free until we do, because we know that our program works. We know that our science works. Our coaching works because we've got loads of results from loads of people. The only time it doesn't work is if people aren't doing the right things, and I think that's fair enough. So if that sounds like the kind of thing that would reassure you into joining our program, amazing. Now, what we do is we work with Zoom calls so we can get a better connection to you guys, help you understand our way of working better, and help us to understand your situation and build that connection over the call. So we do it via a Zoom video call. If that's going to be a problem, let us know. But alternatively, as long as you've got 45 minutes spare, it's normally about half an hour call. Be in a quiet place, ideally away from friends, family, children, something that's going to distract you from really putting a focus onto this call and having a good chat with me or the team to really understand your situation. Because if we're not able to communicate properly, it's hard for us to say what you're going to need and help us to get you to where you need to get to. So without that kind of space and time, the call generally won't be very effective. Please, if you do need to reschedule your call, let us know ASAP. It's not a problem. Please don't just let the call time run into, and don't let us know, because we're very busy. We have a lot of people wanting calls. We only take on a certain amount of people each week. We want to work with the best people. And if you let your call run into our time and you don't join the call, then it's going to mean that potentially you could have worked with somebody else in that time frame. So please, it's not a problem at all. If you want to reschedule, please just reach out and we'll do that. No problem whatsoever. Now, where do we go from here? So if, let's say, the best case scenario, you join our program, we can get you moving more, eating less or more, depending on your goals. We'll get your habits improved. We'll improve your sleep, improve your energy levels. We get you to walk more, get you to meal prep, educate you, become disciplined and self-accountable. The results that you can achieve on this program are crazy, as you saw a few slides ago. If you do nothing, nothing changes. If nothing changes, something has to happen. Waiting for it to happen by itself, it just doesn't work. You have to take positive action. We love action takers on the Shift Worker Shred, because action takers are the ones that get the best results, because they don't just worry, they don't just dither and blither blah, actually get on with it. They do the stuff we tell them to do, and guess what? They get results. It's simple as that. And if you don't do this and you try something else and it goes wrong, you're potentially going to make your health even worse. If you don't join this program, or you try and do it by yourself and you don't know what you're doing, you're potentially going to harm yourself. You could potentially hurt yourself in the gym. We don't want that at all. We do not want that for you whatsoever. But I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we need you to be aware of things that could potentially get worse from here. If you are currently struggling, if your weight is currently going up, that is likely to continue going up. That's a simple behind that. So have a think about that. If those best case scenario sounds great, amazing, the call. If not, and you want to carry on doing it by yourself, also awesome. That's cool. Again, please just let us know. So cheers. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's given you some information on how we work. It's got you excited for the call, and hopefully you're going to be a great fit for the program and we'll be able to work together very soon. So cheers guys. Thanks for watching.